Now that's clear. Peace and love, everybody. My name is Krys, and I'm here to do your reading. I am the expressionist. What's an expressionist? An expressionist is someone who just expresses themselves. Okay, everybody expresses themselves, but I express myself in about a billion different ways. Everybody does. But in terms of talents and gifts and stuff like that, I am a psychic. I am um, a creative genius. Okay, so I have psychic gifts, I have earthly gifts. Writing, poetry, spoken word, art, rap, music, and on a psychic level, I can read past lives very easily. Um, Clairvoyant, clairaudient, I have my clairs, and amongst of many other psychic abilities. So I am just overloaded with abilities, and unless I'm working on a particular project, I really just can't concentrate on, just poetry or just music or just drawing or just readings. God comes through me in about a billion different ways, and I'll go from doing an open mic, and then after that I'll do a reading, and then after that I'll write something. It's just a constant creation. It's constant creation. um and I'm very grateful to be able to share this shit with you guys. You know what I'm saying? I will make a separate video on how my readings work, but I've been guided to just jump into this reading. I am going to let you know that I do curse in my readings. um I don't have a problem saying what needs to be said, even if it's uncomfortable. I'm not here to make you feel uncomfortable, but and I will give trigger warnings, of course, but I'm not squeamish over here. I will not do light and love over here only. I will speak on the things that seem dark and uncomfortable and scary. Okay, I'm grounded in light and love, of course, but I'll never stray away from the truth of what needs to come out. All right, so I am gonna hop right into it. I don't use cards normally. I normally don't use cards unless I'm really guided, and I was really guided to pull out this deck. It's called the Dragon Oracle cards. I also don't do tarot because I haven't really studied tarot like that. Um, Oracle cards I might use once in a blue, but like I said, I really just channel. I don't need cards, and anybody who uses cards, that's cool. Um, they don't need cards either. You know what I'm saying? Um, so let's just hop right into it. I'm gonna shuffle it. I got some good energy coming up in here. You know what I'm saying? So all is well, man. All is well. If you hear some stuff in the background, please just ignore it. Alright. If you do like my readings, like my shit, comment on my shit, subscribe to my shit, okay? And I'll put my cash app on the bottom. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing personal readings right now. If you would like to donate, that's cool. Um, I'm, I might be guided to do personal readings, but I'm not like jumping into it just yet. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I'm guided to pull out 3 cards, so we'll do that. All right. So I'm gonna just shuffle. I feel like shuffling is just like for aesthetics now. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, and I don't like doing reversals. But I am also guided to do reversals right now. All right. But I feel like everybody be doing tarot, everybody be doing cards or whatever, and you know, you ever like go somewhere, it's like old school, where you go somewhere and you see a secretary like just like chomping on some gum, you know what I'm saying? Or it's like that. There's always like some aesthetics, and I think shuffling cards is one of them. Okay, I got them. Let's go, baby. I know we about 5 minutes into it. I might timestamp. Um, 5 minutes. All right, 5 minutes and we in it. All right, so the first card we have is the Lilac Fire Dragon. Lilac. I haven't heard that word in a long time. It says transmute through the power of divine love. And on the bottom it says open up to transcendent love and enlightenment. Purity of heart brings peace, hope, and joy. I'm getting a vision of a heart pumping. It seems very healthy. Okay? To me automatically it seems like this is the direction you're already in. I keep excuse my speech. Sometimes my speech can be a little hiccupy at times if there's a lot of shit coming through. So sometimes I speak slow. If you don't like how slow I speak, speed up the YouTube. Do not tell me to speed up my speaking, okay? Um, but you've been on this healing path. A lot of people are, but I just keep seeing healing. You probably are working on your throat chakra as well. A lot of people are working on their throat chakra, but I just keep seeing healing, healing, healing. Okay, I cutthroat, cutthroat. There is no competition. All right, I'm just kind of channeling through right now. Cutthroat, there is no competition. I think one of the biggest things that you've been trying to heal from is, oh man, I gotta get to the top, gotta get to the top, gotta race, gotta race, gotta race. And you're finally learning to slow the fuck down, okay? So that's good. Now, like I said, I was guided to read reversals as much as I don't want to, but this one is the Blue Dragon from the Pleiades. This is beautiful. Okay, throat chakra. I didn't even realize that. Prepares you to accept source healing, accept a heart activation, and give and receive heart healing. Holy shit. I was just fucking talking about all that. Okay, but this was in a reversal. What I feel like in all honesty is like you're doing so well. All right, please continue to stay consistent. All right, this is your confirmation to stay on the path that you're on. Stay on it. Don't let nothing. I'm hearing varicose veins. I've been hearing that shit all day for some reason. So that's for somebody out there. Varicose veins. I don't know what that is. Um, I know what that is, but I don't know why I keep hearing it. So that's just for somebody out there. I'm not gonna expand on that. But there's gonna be this one particular thing. Something about boundaries and expressing yourself. Something that you either don't like, something that no longer serves you, but you're having the hardest time breaking away from it. There's a person, place, or thing you have the hardest time of letting go of. Okay? And being that this was in the reverse, that's constricting the rest of your healing. Like, this is literally your final mile. You've been running and jogging and on this cross country track for so long. Okay, so yes, please stay consistent. But whatever that resistance is, that is the one thing. That's literally, it might be one person, it might be one thing that you have to speak up on at work, saying, "Yo, I don't like it when you do this." Like something you were taught as a kid, that it's like you weren't allowed to have boundaries. I'm picking up strongly boundaries. And so the places where you have boundaries, or you want to have boundaries, is where you actually have a brick wall. And you're wondering why you're having a hard time making a connection with other people. Okay? Because where boundaries, rightfully, if you think about a highway, you got a border, right? You go right on this side, you go straight on this side, you go backwards on the other side, right? It's this way, the highway. That that border in between isn't high. You can see the cars, you can see everything. Okay, That's just basic boundaries. Don't cross this so that this can continue to smoothly go in order. Otherwise, if not, there's a fucking crash. It's an accident. It's the same thing. The problem is, and I'm not shaming you, but the problem, getting like your father used to shame you bad about something. There's somebody out there whose father used to shame the shit out of them for saying no, because he didn't have good boundaries either. Um, Forgive that and let it go. And that might be the one thing you do need to let go, or the one person you need to let go, or the one person you need to have some very strong boundaries with, even if that means to never speak to him again, or whatever it is. But instead of having a basic border to where you can still be seen, your border is a brick wall. So nobody even knows you're fucking there. And then you're wondering why you're having a real hard time making a connection, with your, sometimes with source, sometimes finding, your soul family. Like it's like, you're begging for it. You're begging to find soul family, and it's like, where they at? Where they at? Where they at? But can't nobody find you. Can't nobody find you because your fucking boundaries are up so hard. Okay, you need to let that shit go. It's okay. All right, take a wrecking ball to it. And the last card of this deck is Gold and Silver Violet Flame Dragon. How fucking powerful. On a side note, very quickly, and this may help you. Oh, wow. Okay. The Violet Flame Meditation is a meditation that helps you to burn away any karma, and anything that no longer serves you, but specifically karma. So you envision yourself, you get into a comfortable position. I personally like to keep my spine straight, you know what I'm saying, sit up in lotus position. I feel like that's the best, but you can lay down, whatever. You just have to envision a violet flame surrounding you, and that violet flame is going to burn off a lot of past life karma, a lot of current karma, and it's only going to burn off if you have already kind of learned your lesson, you know what I'm saying, or there's some things that it's just like been attached to you. Some of it's not even all of your fucking karma. Okay, and this is why boundaries are so damn important, because sometimes we hold on to, specifically as chosen ones, we hold on to other people's shit. We don't even realize it sometimes. Um, and so, we're so fucking nice, and it's like, well, if I have these boundaries, then nobody will be around, nobody will help me, and I'll really be alone. And skirt, skirt, skirt. Doesn't have to be like that, okay? But please try that meditation for 10 minutes. I'm specifically getting 10 minutes. The Violet Flame Meditation, or you can find it on YouTube, most likely. You can find anything on YouTube. I found some shit on YouTube I did not think I was gonna find, so you can find it. But this card says, transmutes the old around you with wisdom and grace. It's time for transmutation, magic, and healing. Offer service under grace. All right, I'm very strongly picking up. You have to lock in on these boundaries ASAP, and you have to speak on it. You can't allow, not allow, but you can't expect other people to read your mind. You could probably read theirs, but they can't read yours. And even if they can, the purpose of you speaking on your boundaries, it's like a stamp of approval. If somebody sits there and wants consent from you, and they ask you a yes or no question for that consent, you either say yes or you say no. You have to be able to give that permission. So when you speak, you're expressing yourself. Can nobody else really express for you? Expressing is very godly and individual. You can't I don't want to say you can't. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, and I'm really trying my best to explain this. When you go through life and you are not expressing your truth, then you inevitably are expressing a lie. Okay? If you're not expressing your truth, you're expressing your lie, and then you attract liars. And I know you don't want that. Okay, you're gonna, and I'm not saying necessarily people who are gonna like habitually lie to you, but people who habitually lie to themselves, um, lie through life, and those are the kind of people that you're gonna attract. And you really have no fucking right to be mad at them for them being them, and you know better. Especially as a chosen one, you know better. All right, but this card is talking about this last sentence hits me the most. It says offers service under grace. If you do not set your boundaries properly, you are not going to have the grace that you know you have inside of you. You're not going to be able to express that grace. How graceful can you be in a room full of shit? You got stuff all over the place. All right, it's messy as fuck. How can you move through your room so gracefully? How can you move through your house or apartment or whatever, or your yard so gracefully when you got shit all over the place? So please, please, for the sake of escaping an unnecessary tower moment, because that is kind of what I'm seeing. Tower moment in the throat chakra specifically, you may say something that you're gonna regret because you're still holding on to this one thing. And this one thing you're holding on to, there's resentment attached to it, there's anger and rage attached to it, there's all kinds of shit that you don't need attached to it. And it's all past stuff. You've been healing so hard for so long, and you've been saying to yourself, oh no, man, where's my reward? Where's my progress? Where's what I want? If you get everything that you want right now and you have not made your boundaries clear within yourself and others, it is going to be taken away from you so fucking quickly, and you may not get it back ever. You understand what I'm saying? You're destined to have whatever you're destined to have, but are you destined to keep it? If you want to keep it, you can, for however long it's meant for you to have it. But you don't want to end up in one of those situations where, you know, you do something, you make that one slip up, and then you say, damn, woulda, coulda, shoulda, boo hoo hoo, crying, 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 and then you're stuck. And if you're destined to have this thing, you may not be stuck for the rest of your life, but you might be stuck for a hot minute because you chose to be so damn hard-headed on not speaking up. I'm specifically picking up on, this is why they wanted me to use the dragon deck, because a lot of these dragons, fire is coming out of the mouth. I'm getting heated debate. Whoever needs to speak to their father about something, you need to do it. Your father may actually live with you. I keep seeing a recliner, and the energy that I'm getting is not that you go and visit him. If you, I feel something in my back. He may have back problems. He may bitch and complain a lot. And I hate to say this immediately after. Maybe I'm not saying this because of what I just said. I'm saying it because I see facial features. I'm maybe talking to a Jewish family. I see glasses. I see gray hair. Um, I see like a hump in the back, maybe scoliosis. Something about the back, and it's very uncomfortable. It's very painful. Um, You've been catering to this man his entire life. This is why you have shitty boundaries with the men that you go with. If you go with men, or anybody of very strong masculine energy, but let him stay in the fucking recliner. I'm sorry, whoever this father is, that may be your father, but he is an asshole. The way he speaks to you like you're not even his child, and you fucking know that. And I see Gemini. I'm picking up strongly on Gemini. So you may be a Gemini, he may be a Gemini. Um, I he gave you ice cream once. He gave you ice cream one time, and it was that one time that gave you hope. And that one time, like you had like a tear drop down your eye because you were so, or damn near, because you were so elated with a bout of hope, and you held on to that hope for a very long time. But let me just explain something to you really quickly. There's a big difference between hope and confidence. Hope is temporary. Confidence can be temporary too, but when you hope for something, it's almost like a shooting star. You see it, it's beautiful, it brightens the moment, but it comes and goes, it doesn't last long. With confidence, you are going with a knowing. When you hope for something, that means you're kind of floating in the unknown. But when you're confident about something, that means you fucking know. And you've been holding on to this hope for so long, hoping that your father will, I hear, forgive you. Yo, your father don't need to forgive you for shit. He's been treating you like this your entire life. You didn't do anything wrong. You never did anything wrong. Okay? And that is the healing you have to accept. You really got to accept that. You never did anything wrong. Okay? You might need a past life reading for that. Yeah. But you can let him go. You can let him go. He does not, and that's why I'm having a huge emphasis on throat chakra, because the way he fucking talks to you, boy, you've been beat down for so long. I'm not getting that he was physically abusive. I'm not getting down. I'm not getting anything else, but he just sits there and he lumps and he bitches and complains and casts spells of hatred in your direction. Let that hope go. You have to think to yourself, do a little bit of, go in your mental spiritual archives and ask your younger self, what did that hope do for you then? Okay? Because it got you to where you are now, but now you got to be confident. Now you can walk through his door and say to yourself, oh, I hope that he treats me well. Or you can say, I'm confident he's going to continue to be a fucking asshole. Maybe on his dying breath, he may apologize. Don't hold your breath fucking waiting for it. He expects you to never leave his side. He expects you to be his personal spittoon, okay? Them fucking jars you fucking spit into. He doesn't think you have the strength to fucking leave. This is your father now. I could be talking about a spouse. I could be talking about a best friend, but I am specifically picking up on somebody who's a father. The recliner is tan and leather, and it's definitely got like a Simpsons imprint, like a Homer imprint in the shit. He doesn't want to do anything with his life but to shit on you and anybody else who he can take advantage of. Okay? Let it go. Alright? On the bottom of the deck, I'll show you real quick. And I'm going to make these as long as it needs to be. I'm not going to sit here and rush my readings for nobody. Whatever needs to come out is whatever needs to come out. Sunshine Yellow Dragon. That's beautiful. Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that. He made a friend. He made a friend. Alright. It says, helps you to help animals. Serve animals, heal, respect, and understand them. You may have a pet, or you may have been thinking about getting a service dog or a service animal. Alright, I'm letting you know you're good to go on that. Go fill out the paperwork and do what you gotta do, and you can go get you a little service puppy, you know. Um, but I'm also, even though it does specifically talk about animals, I am also picking up that once you let your father go, one door closes, the other one opens. You never know who you're gonna meet, and you might bump into soul family simply because you finally let that motherfucker go. Because I tell you this, you're looking for soul family so bad, and you be feeling so extra lonely, like on some extra shit, like it feels empty sometimes. The resentment that you have towards your father, that if you were to bump into soul family right now, you might take it out on your soul family rather than just doing what you have to do with your father. Okay? All the hurt that he ever put you through, the sun is causing the apocalypse, which is the great revealing. And regardless of how nice you are, how kind you are, how bubbly and cheery you can be sometimes, and they explain something to you, we are still in this human form. And we embody both the light and dark. You cannot escape the truth of either your light and dark side. And that dark side will reveal itself. It is revealing itself. Alright, collectively and individually. So you do not, and that's where I'm picking up. You might say something that you may regret. You don't want to say something that you're going to regret to fucking, of all people, your soul family. Of all people, that's not the place you want to drop the ball. You finally find soul family, you know what I'm saying? Skateboarding down the road, with a fucking jug of juice in your hand, belches grapefruit juice, whatever the fuck that shit is. You know what I'm saying? Just happy, listening to music and shit. You relating to shit. You're finally talking about things that you know you can't talk about with most other people. It's that breath of fresh air in the smoker section. You know what I'm saying? Don't breathe fire on the people that mean you genuine love. Okay? The people that value you the most, the people that will love you the most. You don't want to breathe fire on them because your father's been breathing fire on you. Alright? So that's all I got right now. I'm being shown that I can, for your hard work. I almost said ma'am or miss. So I may be talking to a female out there specifically, but it could pertain to anybody. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm not gonna sit here and walk on eggshells when it comes to gender. I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? If I say female, don't type in my comments. Oh, it's for males too. If it resonated with you, then you take it. Okay. The last, which would be the bonus, called the Golden Orange Dragon, expands your light for ascension. Be a peaceful warrior. Help those in need. Remember your magnificence. Magnificence. Yes. Okay. And look at this. Look at this, man. You've been studying. You've been healing. Okay. Go out there and be you. Do you. Have fun. Be free. But you cannot be free if you're not going to allow yourself that freedom. And you know where that freedom needs to come from. You can't beat around the fucking bush. Because God's going to take that bush away. And if you find more bushes, he might take your legs away for a second because you keep dancing and beating around the fucking bush. You don't want anything taken away from you if it's not necessary. So do what is necessary. Otherwise, you're going to get caught up in a tower moment. It's going to be messy. It's going to be confusing. It's going to be so thick of a low vibration and bullshit that you're not going to understand why that was necessary. So do what's necessary. Don't get lost in the fucking sauce and have God come in and say, okay, fuck this. I'ma do what's necessary, but I'ma show you that it's gonna have to be the hard way because you choose to be hard headed. Alright? And I say this with love. I'm from Jersey, okay? If I say fuck you, that means I love you. Alright? So that's all I got for you. I'm getting meditate. Please do that violet flame meditation. Alright? It's not a cure all. It just helps. Alright? And that'll help alleviate a lot of emotional weight for you too. Alright? Love you. Peace.